Hello, welcome. We are live. We will be splitting the screen, so we're just going to kind of do this and that, and look how good my hair looks.
So good. I was thinking next week we'll have to do a little update on my treatment. Cheers.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, there she is.
Right away. She is on it.
Yes.
That's
Hi, Sydney.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Cheers.
You're a little more sophisticated than us. We have the Cheetos and peach.
It's okay. You know, I've been trying to cut back on the sugar, and I've been going for my Tito's, but
ours is water, so I don't think it has any sugar. It probably has like aspartame. Or
that's
going to cause
perfect.
We're okay with that.
Cocktail.
We're okay with that. So how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. Well, welcome. We're super excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Ashley gave me a full bio, all the things that you do, and I'm like, I'm in love. I think I need to like prepare as if I'm going on a date because this girl's everything I want, you know?
It's not that many things. My husband does a million times more, trust me.
Right. And I got my chicken thong in the kitchen, and I want a good recipe from you.
Oh yeah, well, it's up there.
I saw that you have award-winning fried chicken, so I'm super excited about that.
It's my specialty. It is.
Yeah.
It's what everybody asks me to make.
Yeah, so good. And
good.
You will know that I made barbecued ribs in the oven this weekend before I actually knew that you were an expert at that.
How did it go?
It went good. Well,
Yeah.
to be quite honest, I feel like they were a little bit dry. I'm a little picky on my home cooking. I felt like they were a little dry, but I did a rub. And then I baked it. And then I baked it at a low temp for a while. But I felt like, but you know what? I was in Mammoth, and sometimes that altitude change ruins things. And the last time I did the exact same recipe here at my house,
it was different, completely different, right?
Completely different.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You know, things don't bake like it.
Makes sense.
Even if you follow the instructions on the back of the package, it's like not done. We even made just for the kids, we did like French fries, and they weren't even like done at the end of the, longest time frame,
That's so interesting.
Like,
I mean, that's true though, because anytime I go cook in someone else's kitchen, it doesn't quite turn out the same because it's not the same utensil, the same pots, the same pans, spices. So you never know what you're gonna get.
And are you a little bougie with your pans and your knives? Because I kind of am.
I am now. It's been a recent endeavor of mine. So the Le Creuset and the Staub, I think I'd only been doing that for maybe like 2 years. I started investing in my pans, but it does make all the difference to me.
It does. And the Woodstuff knives, like, I love those. I mean, like, you can't match. And then I got my electric sharpener, so now when they go dull,
I've got my sharpener
knives.
Yep. And sharpening your knives is never something you think about, and then you do it and you're like, oh wow. It was so dull before. It makes all the difference.
Right. And then just reading that like the most dangerous thing in the kitchen is a dull knife. So I'm like, okay, let me go sharpen these things over, and then you can do like this Asian cut, you can do all this like
wow.
Yeah. That is surprisingly, steak knives are the only thing that I don't own, and I make steak every week.
And you know what's funny? I have the Woodstock steak knives, but to me they're the cheapy ones because they're the ones with like the thin metal through them, and then the two handles on the sides. And I like the one where it gets like thicker at the hand. It's like a bigger, thick.
Right. Yeah.
I don't have the nice one, so I'm like, I'm
put it on the list, girl.
It's on my list.
Ashley, do you cook? I kind of cook. I just cook not like these women.
Listen, Ashley's single, no kids. Okay, she doesn't really.
Well, that'll keep you ordering out for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think when you're married, you also have to like be conscious of what you're cooking because I have, 2 boys and my husband, so I have to like, I have to not eat to their appetite.
You're feeding an army over there,
right?
Yeah.
And I have a 16-year-old, and I have a 13-year-old, and then my husband, and I have to just like step away and have my own food like in the corner. That's like that's tasteless and gross. So,
I'm not good at that yet. I can't do the make separate meals thing. I'm like, we're all eating the same thing.
Right.
No matter what it is, we are all eating the same thing. The only time that I'll do that is if like last night we ordered barbecue and Jet didn't want barbecue, but I had like everything to make homemade pizzas in the fridge. So I just made her, it takes 10 minutes, you know, but no, usually I'm like, you're eating exactly what we eat.
Yep.
So since you are such a cooking connoisseur, where is your go-to barbecue place to order in from?
Here, we like this place called Bledsoe's. Have you guys had that? It's pretty good. I have yet to find, barbecue places can be hit or miss for me because I'm a mac and cheese lover. But I find that
I'm thinking of Mastro's mac and cheese with the lobster. Like,
oh yeah. But see, like, I like a baked mac and cheese. I feel like most barbecue places have that kind of like creamy mac and cheese situation going on. It's a little more on the craft side, which I'm like not a fan. So, but Bledsoe's, I don't eat their mac and cheese, but I do like their lean ribs, not ribs, their lean brisket is really delicious, and I use it next day for like brisket hashes in the morning and make different things with them, brisket sandwiches and stuff.
I know, me too.
I
know, you said you don't eat meat.
Yeah. She's vegan, and every time I make my food at the office, even I bring it in, she's always like, that smells so good. And I'm like,
you can make like what, like barbecue seitan or
I don't even do that because it's like, I feel like if you're gonna, you know, sometimes it just doesn't do it justice, right? So there's like other ways. I also like to do like, I'll do like barbecue like portobello mushrooms, right? Or like if my friends are grilling out, like they're like,
just throw one on the grill.
Yeah. Right. She orders some all the time. Don't let her fool you. This one. She either eats a shake for lunch, and I'm like, that's all you're going to be eating, or she'll order it from lemonade. And that's
I love lemonade.
I haven't tried lemonade though.
Oh,
I see it all the time.
So yummy.
And I do. I'm on the okay. I'm on the sweet green kick right now.
Love sweet green.
I think sweet green just closed right here, didn't it?
It may have.
Wasn't that the one that was on Welshire?
No, that was another one, Urban Fresh.
Urban Fresh, that closed, yeah.
No, I haven't tried that one, but sweet green is my current fave.
It's really good. It's really good.
And I heard you are the nail connoisseur, just like me.
I have all these hats you guys are giving me.
Yeah, I know.
I told you I'm in love.
Mine are
Ashley said that you do your own nails. So are you doing the acrylics? Are you gel? Like what's your level?
No. Once upon a time, I bought an entire drill set, acrylic, all of that. I think I did it one time, and I was like, okay, this is why I pay my nail girl what I pay her.
But did you do the dipping powder too?
I never tried that myself.
Okay, so
I was doing dip for a little while when we first moved here a couple years ago. But then I actually was doing Gel X extensions up until quarantine.
Wait, back up. What's Gel X extensions?
So they're basically a stronger press on. So instead of having to do like the acrylic and the molding, they're like, you know, already shaped. Sorry, there was a very weird noise in my house. My daughter's upstairs watching something. So they're basically like pre-shaped nails, and then the nail tech uses a soft gel with the LED light to cure it onto your nail, and then you just paint it. So it's not as much drilling and all of that. And like, I'm very picky about my shape and making sure that like they're not too thick, you know, and bulky.
Right.
So I like this because the shape is completely uniform and they're not doing anything.
Oh, that's really nice. I'm picky about that too.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about the bio that Ashley sent me, and I was like, what are the other things that she? Okay, she likes to cook. She likes to do. What's the other thing? I'm like, oh my gosh, she likes to do the nails. And mine were all. I just got back yesterday from Mammoth, and they were all broken and not painted.
Yeah.
And I was like uneven. I was like, I gotta do my nails for her.
Oh yeah. Especially like after I went to Jet.
I got the gel light
yesterday. Mine look terrible now.
Yeah, I've got the gel light. I've got the OPI gel light.
You did pretty good.
And I did do my own gels, but they're short. But you know, what can I do?
Short is always classic.
Yep.
You can never go wrong with that.
That's right.
Totally. Totally. So, makeup artist, and I know that's really taken off for you guys, especially since you've been back in LA and things like that. Tell us, what was it about makeup that drew you to it in the beginning, and kind of give us a little bit of insight to your background as a makeup artist?
So, So I actually went to college I have a 4-year degree. I have a BA and I don't use it at all, except on my daughter. I majored in child psychology. So,
Oh,
so
cool.
I used to work
Where did
with
you go?
kids. Sarah Lawrence. And everybody only knows it because of, what was it? 10 Things I Hate About You and The Notebook. That's where both the girls went. So, but it used to be an all-girls school, and now it's, you know, integrated and everything. But liberal arts school in New York, and that's where I went. And then like about a year after I graduated in 2010, my husband and I got married. So at that point, I was actually studying to take my LSAT. I was going to go to law school. And then, you know, he football wife life, he started moving around. We started moving around, and I was like, okay, there's no way that I can commit to going to a school for 3 years right now. So so we ended up in with the Giants in New York, and that is when I decided to go to the makeup designery in Soho. So I went to makeup school back in New York, actually.
Oh, awesome.
That's nice.
So that was 2012. And I went to the makeup designery, did a whole 6-month program there when my husband was at work every day. At practice, I would be in Soho at makeup school all day, every day. And that's where I always loved it. When I was in college, the YouTube gurus were becoming a thing. So I used to just spend all my free time watching makeup tutorials on YouTube.
Was there one person that influenced you the most?
I feel like back then it was Candy Johnson. Yeah, and she's still killing it to this day.
Right.
She's a OG.
Yeah,
but, back
she
then
had the American Influencers Award show. She's been doing it for the past
yeah.
Oh, was she the
really
one?
love her show.
Yeah, a sponsor.
Yeah, I used to love her YouTube, and that I used to watch all her videos, and but that was what sparked I was always a girly girl though. I always liked makeup, and so I always thought I would start a YouTube, but not for cooking. I thought it was for makeup. But that's how I got started in New York, and then we moved to Chicago, and in Chicago I was doing more corporate stuff, so just kind of corporate headshots, very well-paying gigs, but not the kind of thing that I like. I like, the full face, the glam.
Right.
So I wasn't really able to do those things in the suburbs out there. And so.
And what do you think of Chicago? We're both Midwesterners. I'm from Michigan.
Are you? I didn't know.
Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio. Okay. We loved Chicago. We were there for 6 years. We had our house there for 6 years. It's too cold for me.
Yeah. You like Oak Park or that area?
We were out in Vernon Hills near the Bears facility. Long Grove, actually, was the name of our little quaint little town. It was so cold. It was so cold.
I mean, they call it the Windy City for a reason.
Right. Yes.
I mean
the year that Jet was born, I hibernated completely. We were having record lows of temperatures. It was -30 every single day. I was wearing a North Face in my house. I couldn't actually go downstairs without wearing a coat, a winter coat.
I don't miss it.
We were living in Miami, and we had to move to back to Michigan for 2 years for my husband's fellowship in plastics, and it was their 20-year low, Michigan's 20-year low when we moved. And I'm like, what's my luck going from Miami to that?
Yeah. See, I'm a California girl, and so I just, my parents are from Chicago, so I heard the stories, but when I got a hold of that cold, it was not fun. But we did love Chicago. We had some great time in Chicago. But it was nice. But moving here was more for us to both pursue our passion. So once Marty, decided that he was going to retire, he wanted to go full force into animation. And so we came out for that, and also for me to get back into doing makeup and anything beauty, and just being back in a place where I feel at home, and I have like-minded people around me doing the things that
It's a huge thing.
Yeah,
for sure. So do you have any signature looks that you love, or do you have do you like to play with different elements of makeup, different lip colors, whatever?
I'm always, usually when I'm doing a shoot, I tend to always do a completely nude, you know, nude eye, nude lip, kind of, you know, classic glam look. And then if we change the look, I'll end up going for like a bold pop of color on the eyes. I love like jewel tones on eyes, especially on brown skin women. It just looks like gorgeous. That was probably one of my favorite shoots we ever did, was with Ashley Blaine from Dear White People, the Netflix show. And we did like this royal blue eye, and she uses that photo for a lot of different press even now. Like it was one of both of our favorite shoots. But
wow,
I'm all about, you know, the highlight, the fresh glowy skin. It's in right now.
Right,
like, I feel like it's very rare that you meet somebody that's just like, yeah, I love a matte face. Like,
right.
You know, like now it's all about the glow.
It's all about dewy.
Yeah.
Even in skincare too, though. I feel like, you know, using your acids and constantly trying to exfoliate so you get that nice glowy skin is what everybody's after right now.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like she might be my skincare soul sister because we have similar skin, because I'm very
going through hell right now.
Yeah, me too. And I've noticed we have I love Caudalie and I love the Peter Thomas Roth masks. And I'm like, I should
love all the YovinoMD masks from now on.
I feel like one of my favorite brands that I feel like is pretty under the radar, unless you're kind of in the skincare community, is Paula's Choice. I love Paula's Choice.
Oh, I've never
heard of it. They're like, their number one seller is their 2% BHA exfoliant. It's a daily, like it's almost like a toner.
Okay.
I've been using that for 2 years, and it completely changed my skin when I got here.
Wow.
I mean, it's not working for me at the moment.
Right.
I truly think that's quarantine. Just you know, everything coming along with quarantine.
Ashley's got the acne going on.
Acne.
Yeah.
So bad right now. And I normally, my skin, like I don't ever wear makeup, and it's super clear, and I get compliments on just my skin.
It still looks, I mean,
it still looks great. I mean,
except for that.
Yeah, I have like a patch right here.
How many hours a day are you guys having to wear your masks?
Oh, we're like, when we're at work, it's constant.
Yeah.
It's the whole time we're there.
Yeah. That's what kind of affects a little bit.
See, my followers know about the BHA. They know what's up. I love that Paula's Choice.
Wow. So I'll have to check that out.
No, you do. You have to check it out.
We gave you, did we give you both our acne products?
I have the acne pads, which I'm loving. I love
acne serum.
She has the wrinkle.
And I have the anti-wrinkle serum.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to give you the acne serum too.
Yeah.
Because acne serum you can put all over as well.
Yeah.
So the
I love a good acne pad though, and this has some great ingredients in it.
And it's good.
I've been using these ever since you guys sent them over.
Yay!
I'm into it.
They're pretty great, aren't they?
They are.
It just feels good on my skin, especially.
Yeah, you feel like it's working.
That
sensation. It has the 3 different acids, and they're all at like 10%. And it's the lactic acid, what is it? Lactic acid,
the glycolic
acid, and salicylic acid. Yeah.
Yep.
Those are like my 3 favorite. I'm like anything that combats the acne, just pour it on me. Pour it on me.
So what are some things that you look for? Because what I love when we sent you the products and you put it on your Instagram, you're like, these are some ingredients that I look for. What are things that you look for when you're shopping for skincare? What are things that you look for? Because when we put our skincare line together, we were like, it needs to meet all of this criteria, right? And we're super picky with our ingredients. So we love to hear what other people look for when it comes to their skincare products.
Yeah. I wouldn't say recent. I would say in the last year and a half, I've started educating myself more on acids and exfoliating. So I used to like more of the physical exfoliation, the scrubs and stuff. But then I realized how damaging those can sometimes be for your skin, and make the micro tearing and stuff like that of your skin. So then I started to look more into acids, and my friends and family who are estheticians were like, no, you got to get into the liquid exfoliants and stuff. So, but now I'm a believer. Like I hardly ever scrub my face anymore with anything. So I do obviously salicylic for any sort of acne situation. What's in the
are you using a retinol?
Moon. I am using a retinol. I started using the Alpha retinol cream recently.
And what's the percentage of that? You know,
it's low. It's pretty low. I have to grab it. Where is it? I just got it last week. I have to maybe like 0.02 or something.
0.25.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I just started using that last week, so I don't.
Only at night because it deactivates sunlight.
I've only been using it like every 3 days or so.
Right. So then you just use it once. You use it once, and then you kind of wait to see how your skin responds to it.
Right.
And then you're going to use it again. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yes. But yeah, the lactic acid. I'm all into lactic acid. Folic is great. I'm really into niacinamide lately. Which I saw you guys have in your wrinkle serum.
Yep.
That's good for the pores. They say it's good for acne too. Anything that comes across is like acne busting. I'm sold.
It decreases it definitely helps with oil production.
With like the texture and everything. Yeah.
And oil production.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now see, that's the part with my skin in particular that is interesting to me because I've never had oily skin. I have pretty like normal skin. I don't get oily in my T-zone or anything like that. But I just have like congestion all the time.
You don't even look broken
and
out.
hormones.
You don't even look broken out. Do you even have a pimple? You don't even look like you have a pimple.
It's makeup. That's what it is. The power of makeup.
Yeah. You need to come up with your own makeup line.
Yeah.
We'll buy it.
The power of makeup. We have that NARS creamy concealer packed one tight here.
You know, Ashley used to be a makeup artist.
Oh,
yeah,
my
my first
had it out. Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Oh, bye, Mom. Is
That's so cute. I love that.
Is that your mom's Instagram? That Agets going? Is that her?
OG gets going. But now
she gets going.
But now she's trying to call my daughter.
I butchered that one.
Coming into my phone.
Sorry, Mom.
That's so cute. That's
I'm trying to read it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
OG gets going. I like that.
I'm like, Mom, she keeps trying to call my daughter and like her iPad is connected to my phone. So I'm like, you can't call right now. I'm online.
So I've got a funny story. I was like, Ashley, you know, how do you and Siggi like know each other? How are you guys friends?
I was like, I actually don't know her.
We're Instagram friends.
And so she tells me this story of how she first got to know you, and it's hilarious. Like
I first heard of the Bennett family. This was, I think, like 2016 or 2017, because I used to be a sports reporter before I moved to LA many moons ago.
She's got many hats.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you say anything, she's like, I used to do that. You're like, oh.
So I was like watching Sports Center one night. This was like, I don't know, after the Super Bowl.
I'm like, which soundbite did you catch?
Yeah.
There's plenty.
And I see this like video of the cutest little girl up on the
Jeff.
podium with her dad, and she's like, "My dog Wendy."
Hashtag Wendy peed on the rug.
Yeah.
I was like, that's how I first heard of them. And then when you did the WAGS Redefined conference, I was like, that's what
that
I
was
figured
so
out
much
who
fun.
Siggi was. Yeah, but it was so funny. So I told my best friend Reed, I was like, yeah, we're having Siggi Bennett on the show this week. And he was like, Siggi. And I was like, Jet's mom. And he's like, no way. So funny.
I'm
so
totally
cute.
used to that. You know, Jet actually had fans. Like she has fans from a very young age. To this day, I can go. There's about a handful of photos of her as an infant through toddler, where like they're still viral on the internet. They'll pop up on Pinterest. They'll pop up on Facebook, and I'm like, oh, that's my kid. Like, we would go in the airport, and people would stop us in the airport, but they'd be talking to her, not me.
How funny.
Yeah.
I've been stopped in the park in Boston because people recognized her. Like, I'm like, well,
Right.
And she's how old now?
She's 6 now. Even when we first moved here, we were in Target, and one of the cashiers like lost her mind. I was like, this is really flattering, but I didn't know what was going on because she was like hyperventilating. I'm like, hold on, babe. Like, what's the matter? And she's like, I've been following you guys for so long. I just can't believe you're in here right now. I'm like, but it's all about Jet. It's all about Yeah.
That's so funny.
Really
She's
cute.
so charismatic. She's got such a personality.
How'd you come up with the name Jet?
So her full name is Austin Jet Rose. Her first name is Austin Jet. So we just, as two people with very unique names, we wanted to give her, here, because my mom's on here, I can poke fun at her. My mom gave me the most unique first name, Sigourney, after Sigourney Weaver, the actress.
Oh, okay.
I got the most unique first name and the most common middle name, which is Jen. But so Marty, my husband, he's Martellus, which is also extremely unique. So when we were having Jet, we kind of wanted to give her options in case she didn't like her name.
So that's a good idea.
So now she has, you know, things to choose from. But mostly, like, when she's in trouble, she's Jet Rose. But she's always Jet. No one ever calls her Austin.
It fits her so much.
It does. And we
Super
knew we
cute.
were going to call her that from the beginning. We just wanted to give her, you know,
Yeah,
a good government name that looks good on paper.
Right.
Yeah. Very,
That's
very cute.
So cute.
Yeah. But it's the trend. It's the trend now, I think, for people to name their kids with, like, the first and the middle name have to flow. You know,
Right.
like, it's always like a stage. It's almost like a stage name. Like, everybody names their kids with, like, this has to be a cool double name that flows.
Like, if you're famous, what would you say, Shane?
Yeah. That's like my niece. Her name is Lucia, but it's really Lucia James. So it's like, it has, you know, like, it has like a good flow to it.
Yeah.
So I wanted like a Persian middle name for my son because, you know, I have a Persian background and born and raised in Michigan. So it was like different than the, I guess, Persian crowd here. But, and so we picked Cyrus because I figured that's a really good one. So it's Dylan Cyrus. And we were like, that's so great, you know, and kids are making fun of him. They're like, Dylan Miley Cyrus. He's like, I hate my middle name. Why did you name
I
me
mean,
that? I'm like,
I feel like
you can't
every
win.
kid goes through a stage where they don't like their name.
You can't win, you know? I hate it.
Either it's too normal or it's too unique or it rhymes with something or, you know, it's always something.
When I was growing up in Michigan, I hated Sarah because 3 of my best friends were all named Jenny. And I like really
see, you wanted Jenny, right?
I really wanted Jenny and now I'm kind of like, I'm kind of glad I don't have Jenny.
Yeah.
Dr. Jenny, I can't
My brother is Brandon, and when he was born, my mom was like, there weren't that many Brandons around, but that just so happened to be the few years where everybody named their son Brandon. So he has like 5 best friends named Brandon.
Oh my gosh.
It's like Brandon S, Brandon W, Brandon D. Brandon.
Yeah.
Everybody's named Brandon.
The new name right now, well, I don't know. My son's grade, it's because we're in Beverly Hills. Everyone's Joshua or Daniel.
Oh,
really?
That's so interesting.
I don't know.
In the teens? Is that the teen group?
He's 16 now, but he had like 4 Daniels and 4.
Wow.
I couldn't remember any of his friends' names, and I was like, "Oh, Daniel, he's a male." I'm like, "Okay."
It's gonna be one of them.
It's gonna be one of those two.
Fair enough.
You know? Whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I was like that with Ashley. I was one of like 5 Ashleys,
But you
I
spell it differently.
Yeah.
I love the spelling of your name.
Yeah.
I love that. It's so good.
Yeah.
My son calls her Ashley Kaha.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like, huh?
My sister-in-law is an Ashley. She lives with us for about 2 more days. She's actually headed out this weekend. The baby bird is leaving the nest.
And where's she going?
She in the area. She's not moving too far. She's staying in LA.
That's good.
So you're kicking her out.
It's been, you know, we've spent the last 2.5 years together. It was supposed to be a 1-year deal, and it turned into 2.5 years.
Did you have to like go to the court and submit her an eviction notice?
You know, I had to give her 60 days notice.
Yeah. With family, you gotta give them that extra.
You know, it's been really nice having her around. It was like, you know, you reach that point, that young adulthood where you're just kind of like, you gotta figure it out for yourself, kid.
Yeah,
right.
It's time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's time.
It's
time. It's so like, I'm already in my head, I'm 31, but I always feel like I'm so much older than my sister-in-law and like kids I call them kids. Like, she's 23, but I lived such a, like, I was pretty much taking care of
all over.
Yeah, I was taking care of myself at 18, literally almost the day I turned 18.
Wow.
So I'm always like, when I was your age,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you're only 31. Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah. Aw, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I'm planting the seed for my 16-year-old. I'm like, when you're 18, you're out of this house.
Yeah.
Okay? You better study hard. You're out.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
He's really making it hard on us.
Yeah.
You know.
So
but then it's like, but then when they're gone, you miss them.
right.
Yeah.
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 You're like, not that,
Yeah.
not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we've been doing these, because we started Behind the Beauty in April.
So it's been a quarantine.
It's been a
Yeah,
quarantine.
yeah.
Yeah. So how has
First,
quarantine
my husband,
been at your house?
Honestly, I mean, I not that I hate to say it, but I know that a lot of people are really having a hard time with everything that's going on in the world. So I never like to make it seem like, oh, we're doing just fine over here. But like, honestly, we've always been homebodies. We spend time together, the three of us, for the most part, and all the time anyway. So it's honestly, like my husband, I can count on my hand how many times he's left the house since February. He actually, he had kind of bunkered in before we even reached that point of lockdown. Pretty much after, like, he went to the Super Bowl in February for work, and then when he came back, he was just kind of like, I want to take some time off from going in the office and stuff. So he's been in the house for 6 months.
How was that for you?
It's fine. Like, this is how we are anyway. Like, we spend all of our, before we moved to LA, he had his office in the basement of the house before. So it's like, it's not anything new in that regard. Like, I'm always entertained when I hear about couples that are like going at it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
my friends, literally every weekend, I'm like, you guys are giving me birth control and like, it's like
now the
marriage
birth,
control.
Now having jet 24 hours a day.
Right. That's
I
the
thought
thing,
I'd gotten past that point. I thought I'd gotten past it.
Yeah.
And reeled it right back in. She's very high energy. She needs to be active and entertained at all hours of the day.
Is she on electronics the whole time? Or
Yep. I will say that the biggest plus of quarantine for me has been seeing her build stronger connections with her grandparents. So she's actually, because she's got her iPad all day, now she's not in school session at the moment, but she talks to her grandparents all day long. Like, even though they're working, like, my mom will sit on the phone with her, like, and she'll be like, hold on, I gotta take this call, babe, hold on.
Yeah.
And she'll sit on the phone with her grandparents all day long. And
don't get your mom in trouble right now.
But it's nice because, like, I can hear her upstairs, like, talking with them, and so I can kind of, like, focus and get work done, and my husband can get work done. So it's been very interesting to, like, adjust your lifestyle in a different way. And I mean, across the board, seeing all my friends and you guys starting this, and people have been taking advantage of the time to, create new endeavors and explore new things. Like, it's making us get more creative.
For sure. I mean, for me, I was always go after medical school. And I had my kids during residency, and I was always like, like this. And then when I had to shut down for 2 weeks, like at least initial 2 weeks, it was like a shock. But then all of a sudden it was like, wow, is this what retirement is like when you're a billionaire? I'm like, this is nice. Like, and just being home and, making food for the kids and being around them all the time. And then when we first returned back to the office, they're like, well, you guys are going? I mean, you guys are going? Like, you know, and just to see that, like, just, and feel their love of, like, having us around, because we were never really able to be around that much. You know?
I mean, before quarantine, we were probably in the office until most nights at, like, 7:30, like, a little bit later. So it's different now, too. I think it's kind of given us time to reprioritize a little bit, to realize, okay, our office is actually better when we're a little bit more balanced. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
It's been pretty good. And I mean, we launched the skincare line during quarantine too. So we were like, okay, let's pivot. Let's do this, See,
pivot. That's what you gotta do. That is what you gotta do. That's how signature dish ended up happening.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I mean, that's something that I've wanted to do for a couple years and just was always too afraid to do it. And just, you know, that whole idea of like, well, what if nobody likes it? What if nobody watches it? And then I got to a point where it was like, it doesn't matter. If you want to do it, you do it, and just, you know, be yourself. And people that want that, people who enjoy the authenticity will come for that. And if people don't like it, then they don't like it. But you have to do things, you have to take a risk eventually. And I think, I mean, honestly, it was like one week in April, we were talking about it, and I'm like, you know, we have a good friend of ours who is a photographer and a videographer. And I think he was overshooting something for Marty for business. And I was like, you know, we should start my cooking show since I'm in here cooking 3 times a day anyway.
Right.
And within like a week, we had it going. We had our staff meeting, and we you know, listed out the 10 episodes we were going to do, and we just went for it. So that's been really rewarding for me at this time, I would say. Yeah.
And so with like the recipes, and I mean, you just were like, okay, it sounds like so official. We were like 10 episodes, like, you know what you want to make for each dish, because some of the stuff you share on your Instagram. So I know like the peach cobbler recipe, I was like, okay, can I veganize that somehow?
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
Yeah. So I was like,
I've had people turn some recipes of mine into gluten-free, you know, vegetarian versions. Yeah, the fried chicken, somebody was doing it with cauliflower.
Oh,
like, y'all do you. These are just guidelines.
But you could probably do the fried chicken. I would think that the you know, alternative would be to dip it in like almond flour.
Yeah. Yep.
If you want to be keto or whatever.
Yeah.
But cauliflower, how are they doing with cauliflower?
With the butter, I would be curious for the batter because it's a buttermilk brine. So I'm wondering if you're going vegan. Yeah, if you're going vegan, you probably can't do the buttermilk, right?
Right. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We're like, you're not smart, dude.
That's not my area of expertise.
Yeah. Are you more a sweet or savory cook?
I'm a savory cook. I don't like sweets. This is my sugar right here.
Yeah.
It's like a blue moon where I actually want to have something sweet.
Really?
Maybe like Sunday, like if Marty orders donuts on a Sunday, I'll have one donut whole or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't like sweets at all. I'm such a savory person.
Yeah.
But
I have a hard time with chocolate.
My family loves sweets. They're the sugar rush kids over there. They sneak the candy in the middle of the night, all of that. Find wrappers in the bed.
Yeah.
My bed,
my son.
Bed.
Yeah. So how many episodes into Signature Dish are you?
Okay. I want to say I've released 5.
Okay.
4 or 5, but I've filmed 8, I believe.
Oh.
So I think we've got 2 more. We're doing them. We're kind of doing like a season.
Okay.
So we're going to do 10. There's going to be 10 episodes, and then we'll kind of take a little break.
Is there a theme to the season?
No, not a theme. They're just some of my family favorites. But it's been a different experience for me because I am an intuitive cook. I don't use measurements. I have the utensils for the measuring cups and the tablespoons, but I never use them. So it's been very interesting. Okay, they're saying I've put out 4. See, they're on it. They're on it. But I have filmed like 8 of them. So but yeah, so actually taking the time to test the recipes and make sure that I'm getting my measurements right has been a challenge for me, like a good challenge, but it's different. It's different for me. I don't cook that way. I just do what feels right. So actually having to quantify has been an experience, but you know, you got to do it. You can't just be like a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I want some of that fried chicken.
I know.
I'll have to make it for you. I'll have to make it and drop it off at the office.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
How long have you guys had the office back open?
Since
We started operating.
Or did you ever close? Because you're
mid-May.
technically
Yeah, we closed for about
doctor,
2
right?
months. They required it. The city of Beverly Hills was like, no.
Okay.
No elective procedures, no cosmetic procedures, specifically cosmetic procedures.
Yeah.
And so we had to shut down for about a 2-month period.
Okay. Has that
And
been really difficult to like get your clients rescheduled and new
No,
clients?
people were DMing me like, please.
I need my Botox.
I need my Botox.
They're like, can we get a house call for the Botox?
Oh yeah, they were like, please, please, and I'm like, joking around, like, we're doing drive-by Botox.
Yeah.
You want to come by my house? And,
I must say, I just went and got mine read up last week, and I feel like myself again.
girl, you need to come to me.
Yeah,
What are
you
you
need to
doing?
come see us.
She
She
got
did
me
mine
already.
last week on Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
Only said it.
I know.
I can't
It's
remember
like,
it.
I mean, I feel like that's one of those things that some people have a misconception about. The Botox,
Right.
like it doesn't, like I think people are afraid that it like changes your face or,
Right.
like it's one of those things where you're all of a sudden you're a different person when it's not that at all.
You're a better version of your old
Right.
self.
You're just a more smoothed out.
Yeah,
version.
that's right.
That's all.
I think it's the same though for like
Look,
filler.
I got it. She's got it. You've got it. And we all look normal. We're not
Right.
like this or like
Right.
weird looking.
Yeah. I feel like
it's
pretty much every woman I know in their 30s has started to get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the same goes for filler, right? It's all about how you do it and how like, I mean, for her, like,
Because Ashley's all done.
yeah,
Face by Yovino over here.
you know what I mean?
Face by Yovino.
Yeah, there's subtleties to it. You know what I mean? If you go
Absolutely.
to a physician and someone who's trained to look at the face a certain way, people
Absolutely.
probably wouldn't know, but I have my temples filled, I have my lips filled, I have my nasal labia, you know what I mean? Like there's subtleties to preserve and protect your face, how it looks.
And to do it just in such a natural way that they don't look overfilled and overdone and
Yeah, and it's kind of like, here what I have seen is when I first moved here and I wasn't working with the Yovinos, I got my lips jacked up, right?
Oh, yeah. It's that LA stigma.
Yeah.
For sure, because everybody gets something.
When she first started working for us, I was like,
Yeah.
Can I fix that upper lip?
Yeah. So
no, I've definitely seen some bad situations there, and it turns people off, and but I will say, as long as you do your research and you just you find, like you said, it's art. It's like makeup. It's art.
Right.
And so to find someone that really understands the aesthetic of the face and I like more when injectors know what you don't need. Like they're not afraid to tell you what you don't need.
For sure.
Versus just like, oh, you want that done? Okay, I'll do it to get the money, and it's like, no, actually tell me if I need this or if I don't,
Right. We actually experienced that a lot in our office too with Dr. Sarah's husband, Dr. Justin, who's the plastic surgeon.
He does the plastic surgery.
Yep. And we, we'll turn patients away who come in and they say that they want this extreme body and a big, big butt and all of that.
Yep.
Like we're not the
I
practice.
can only imagine.
But I also tell people like, no, you don't need that, or you don't need this many fillers, you don't need that much Botox, you don't need whatever. Like, because to me, the more you say no, the more they come back, in the future. If you're like overdo somebody and then you make them like, plus I don't want someone walking around saying, oh yeah, I just got my lips done by Dr. Sarah, and then it looks like
your billboard. It's your billboard.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You want your billboard to give the right message.
Right. It's a reflection on me and what my work and stuff. And I don't want somebody looking like odd, and I'll tell them, you don't need that much. You don't need this. You don't need that. Let's just start with this. And if you feel like you need more when we're done, at the 2-week mark, you can always come back and we can do more. But I'm not going to
you can always come back.
It's not worth it.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Like even when I go to get my Botox, like I still like to have expression in my face because I am so like animated. I use my hands to talk, and my eyebrows are infamous because my side eye is infamous. I'm like, I still like to be able to raise my eyebrows. Like I can't still like the frozen face.
I like the
like
frozen.
we're not there yet. If you like it, you like it. But I know for me, it doesn't feel right for me because I am so expressive.
For sure.
But even when I go in though, I'm like, I don't want to move. And they're like, okay, Siggi.
I'm like, Dr. Sarah, fill her up, partner.
But a way to like do it where it's like you
No,
do it,
absolutely.
but you can still have it, you know, you can still smile, you can still like have that expression, but you're just not like, you know, what people think of like as Cher. You know, Cher has got that like, you know, can't even speak.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the problem is everybody's seen these celebrities who have gotten such, not even that it's bad work. Like I think the Kardashians, well,
That's good. That's
in particular, I'm talking faces. In particular, Kim looks amazing to me. Kylie looks amazing to me. Kendall looks amazing to me.
Kendall's very minimal work.
Kendall is minimal. It's done so well. But I feel like people see celebrities and they see, because we know what they used to look like.
Right.
That they think that anything filler, anything cosmetic has to be so drastic when it actually doesn't. And sometimes it's even just, you know, plumping back up where you've lost volume, you know, from natural the aging progression and stuff. So yeah, I'm all for like a natural refresh.
I would say we are, like, as an office in general, people come to us based off of that, whether it's with Dr. Sarah or with Dr. Justin. They know that they're not gonna get the overdone, the pulled look, anything like that, you know. But I mean, we see some crazy things in our office.
I can only imagine.
I'm like,
I can only imagine.
You just walked in the door?
Yeah. It's pretty fun though. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
People watching, you know.
I mean, sometimes you're just like, I mean, we've had some crazy stuff. I mean, we've had like one person that was like, wanted like a vaginal rejuvenation. My husband's like, I don't do that. My husband's like, I don't do that. She's like, just let me show you. And he's like,
No, thank you.
He's like,
I'm like, yeah, we don't do that.
Yeah, no, sorry, not offering this off.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy, you know.
Yeah.
Really,
It could be its own show for sure. Without
it totally could be. I mean, see, now I want to. Somebody needs to make a show about it.
I know.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, you see some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm like, it's like the list. But we saw crazy stuff even when we were in
Miami's got to be even worse. I feel
we saw some crazy stuff. When we were in our residency in Miami, I mean, we saw I mean, he had guys that were like using, you know, like the what do you call them? The weights that go on the side of the bar that have, it's like a flat weight with the hole. They were using that hole to like help themselves.
Yeah,
they were using that hole to help themselves, like and then of course they got overexcited, and then it got stuck.
Oh, this was when you guys were in residency.
Crazy stories.
Wait, you need to write like a coffee table book about this.
I know. These stories about, I mean, they were like crazy. Or like,
I even saw recently I was looking through Yelp for something, and I saw that there's like doctors out, like the ab etching is the thing that's wild. That's wild to me that you can go get. I mean, you can go get anything now. You can,
so that is the they etch you so thin. The only problem is that it might look great right when you get it done, but then once everything starts to sag and fall, your abs are like, I mean, there's a mismatch.
Yeah. For sure.
My mind is blown. I'm just like, you can get anything done that you want to get done at this point in life. We have reached a new level here.
We really have. We really have. And there's, you know, surgeons that, you know, each one has their own particular specialty that they're really, you know, really good at and
are really known for. You know.
It's fascinating. I mean, I went from literally working in sports for 12 years to moving out here and jumping into.
And be like, I want that. I want this. I want this. I want this. But like, actually, slow down a little bit.
It is like that to me is the catch-22. Is like once you start to like really examine. You start to nitpick almost. And then it's like, you know, it's hard to like get that back under control, where it's like, I don't want to like, let me not change everything.
Right. No, you can be very like, you have to have your own self-regulation. If you don't have that stuff, I mean, look, everything's at my disposal. Like, I could really have anything, you know, but I don't like, I mean, I know there's a lot of people watching, but I don't have my breasts done. It's
Do
just
you
not
do
something
your
that-
own? Do you do your own Botox and your own?
No, I can't do
No,
that.
I know practitioners.
I'm a
who
big
do their
baby
own
in the
stuff,
chair.
and I'm like,
Girl.
No.
No,
I mean, it's like I know waxers who do their own bikini wax.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no.
how?
No. I can dish it out, but I can't take it. Okay, I sit there like a big old whiny baby in the chair, and I'm like, "You're hurting me. Like, check it faster." He's like, "You're the worst patient." I'm like, "Well, you know, I am. So what? Just make me look beautiful."
Yeah.
Or if I have like, I can see my wrinkles starting. I'm like, "You're neglecting me."
Yeah.
My Botox.
Yeah. No, I think
But
like I definitely have a husband who is. We've been together for so long. So, since I was 19, we've been together 12 years. We've been married
12 years.
Married 9, together 12. But he's definitely the person who's like, I like you the way you are.
Yeah.
Like, don't do anything. So
Yeah.
which
We've
like
been married,
I have always been not. Yeah, I've always had a good confidence level in myself. But you know, as I get older, you definitely want to preserve.
For sure.
Right.
I don't see
We've been
anything
married.
wrong with preserving. And
No.
We've been
I
married.
don't see anything wrong with if you feel unhappy about something, then
Yeah.
fix
Fix
it.
it.
You want to
Fix
fix it.
Sure.
It's your business. It's your prerogative.
Yep. I agree.
We've been together 20 years and married 18.
Nice.
And I'm
Congratulations.
I'm going down kicking and screaming. This whole natural, like, age naturally, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm going to look like
Yeah.
this when I'm 80.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
It's just kind of
The breast augmentation is definitely the thing I'm like scared about. I think it's the one thing that I actually would consider going under the knife for, but my husband is like, no. He's like, hell no.
You know what, though? You'll see a pattern. People get it at an early age. They sometimes go a little bigger in their 30s. And then at 40s, they either explant or they downsize.
That's what I've
And it's
noticed, that a lot more women are removing them. And so, like, it doesn't, to me, it's one of those things that never bothered me until after breastfeeding. So, like, I've always been smaller, and that's always been okay with me. But, you know, as a woman, you have kids, you breastfeed, things change. And, you know, now it is one of those things. It's like, okay, if I just could snap my fingers and have something done, then that might be it. But it doesn't bother me to the point of actually going under the knife. Like, to me, it's not worth it for like.
We take a lot of implants out.
Yeah.
But that I'm seeing a lot of
we take a lot
out and getting like this sickness.
And fat transfer.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard they do that now.
That's what we do a lot of.
Yeah.
Patients take them out, and then we'll
I was
lipo.
just talking to someone about this. Now tell me more.
So we lipo the area where we can get the most fat from. So we'll either take it from the circumference of the abdomen,
I'm going to shut the blinds while you talk.
the thighs, whatever. We take that fat and then we cleanse it so that we're only putting the best fat back into your body. And then, so we'll take that and then we'll transfer it to the breast. And we call it razor cut because almost every single time we can guarantee a cup increase after the fat transfer. So it's amazing because it's like your own.
Yeah, it's your own body.
Right. It's just, we're kind of just like redistributing it. You know what I mean? We're taking it from certain areas and then we're just like, well, we do fat transfers.
So how long has that been a thing?
Oh,
for the breast specifically, I guess, because they've been doing fat transfers for other things for a long time, right?
I feel like
it's years. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like it's been for a while. I mean, the most popular place where we transfer to is obviously the butt, but again, it's very natural the way that we do it.
The lips, the hands,
face is great because what's nice about it is that it's permanent. So unlike a filler, you know, if you transfer to your face, the filler dissolves, you know, sometimes on 6 months or whatever, but when it's your own fat, it's permanent and it doesn't really go away. So that's like the nicest thing about it.
What survives. Some does not survive. So you overfill to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a great alternative once you hit that age where you're like, oh, you know, I'm coming regularly for fillers, and you notice, like, you know, the temples are all sunken in, or like under the eyes, or the nasal, you know, then that's a really good alternative to do that.
Yeah.
Transfer.
Yeah.
See,
It's great.
you come to LA and you learn so many things.
Trust me, I'm a girl from Ohio.
They're not doing fat transfers in
No,
Chicago.
don't know you. This girl's an LA girl.
I'm an LA girl now, okay? I came here, got me a new nose.
She just is a man. Okay,
Yeah.
she's a man. You got to make her.
You can come to LA and be anybody.
Not a cheater. She needs a good man.
Yeah,
I'm like, you know, do you?
Yeah.
Whatever anybody wants to do to help them feel better about themselves.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
Who am I to judge?
It's the coolest thing to see someone's life truly like transform, you know, because
Absolutely.
something that bothered them so badly before,
Right.
or I've also seen cases, you know, where plastic surgery truly has created a miracle, right? Had a double mastectomy and she had no breast tissue left, or whatever the case may be. I mean, there's
Or even from a breast biopsy. People have disfigurement from a breast biopsy. We can like reshape the breast by doing that or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, you fall on your ass and you got a big old dent in your butt. Like,
Right.
smooth that out too. I mean, some people are like, oh, look at this dent. And you're like, your butt looks good. But,
right.
you know,
It's
whatever.
so trying. Like, even today, I went and got my regular dental cleaning. And it's just like, but my smile was something that was like one of the first things I changed. Like, I had Invisalign twice.
I had it 3 times.
So, see, did you lose your retainer?
No. So what
I lost my retainer. After
No, mine was like 3 groupings of the 10. Because like first I did it, and then they're like, "Nay, you need a little more," and then I had to add another group of 10, and then they're like, "No, you need it again," and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I'm wearing this thing. Like, what do you mean? And now I'm on my retainers, and I'm wearing them religiously every night.
Yeah, you have to stick with the retainer because they'll go back to normal. I mean, that was something I was always self-conscious about, like growing up, because I used to have a space in my front teeth, and then it like wasn't anything drastic, but it bothered me growing up. And like my brother got braces, nobody ever gave me braces. So when I got old enough, we bought myself some Invisalign. But it changed, you know, how I saw myself and like how I viewed myself. So
for sure.
Something so minor, you know,
Makes a
really
huge
boost your confidence. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
My dentist keeps trying to convince me. See, this is the shit that you learn in LA.
Yeah.
The dentist keeps trying to get me to do
like the veneers,
the gum lasering, and I'm like, why do I want to burn my gums off, Dr. Danny? No.
You have like nice sized teeth.
He's like,
trust
me, it'll look amazing. You have a lot of gum, and you need to like show more of your teeth. I'm like, that is purely cosmetic. Like, there's nothing wrong with my teeth. No.
That's so.
And you are not a gummy person.
But I'm like, who even knew you could do that until you get to LA?
Right. Oh, I know. Half of the procedures that we do, I didn't even know about until what is buccal fat?
And then she's like, I need that.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take one. She's like, sign me up. We're like, Ashley, slow down.
Oh my gosh. I can only imagine though how hard it would be when you're in it every single day. You're just kind of like on my lunch break, let's just
Right.
Well, I think that's why most plastic surgeons' wives look weird.
Yeah, because they
really do.
You have unlimited access. Yeah.
I always tell people that you can tell a lot about a surgeon by the way his staff looks and by the people who are close to him, because if you're walking in and you see his whole team and they look a little pulled or a little overfilled or you know what I mean? That's going to be a reflection of the work that you get. So I always tell patients that, you know?
So we have only a minute and a half left before they cut us off.
I know.
Yeah, we realize that there is a cutoff, unfortunately.
So this was super fun.
We never even mentioned to all of your followers that there is a code, Siggi Live.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I will post it on my story. I'm going to post it on my story, and someone also asked where my jewelry's from. I will post it all on my story right now.
Yes, yeah.
And I'll post my discount code for 20% off.
20% off.
Any of the acne products, the acne like whole regimen, or the acne pads, or the acne serum is 20% off.
For 24 hours, right?
I did it for 48 because we love you so much.
We're fancy.
Okay,
Okay, I'm going to post all of that info on my story, guys.
Yeah, that would be
Thank
great.
you guys for tuning in, and thank you
you.
guys for
Yes.
having me.
Of
Yeah,
course.
it was great. We can't wait till COVID's over and we have to go out.
I know, and I'll bring you fried chicken.
That's perfect.
I might
We're
need
gonna hold you to that. We're gonna convert her.
There you go. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.